Hi beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be showing you how to create a giant's bow. So here I got a foam. I had to double the foam, like fold into two, so that it's really thick and it gives me that thickness that I want. And then I used a red fabric. You can use any texture of fabric that you're comfortable with. You can use a red velvet fabric. You can use Mikado. I'm still going to make a list of materials that I used in this video. And then instead of using the hot glue, I used F4 stick. It's a really good glue, as in I enjoyed using this glue. So here I applied my glue. Apply it generously so that it works on the fabric. Remember that we're working with a fabric. And after that, I arranged my fabric, made sure that it was neatly spread, so that it has no bubbles inside or roughness. So it has to be smooth, when aligning it on the fabric. So I did that, and after placing the fabric, I had to apply more glue so that it holds the fabric. This dries really fast, so if you're working with this, you have to be a bit fast so that the glue doesn't dry up and you haven't applied the fabric. So I paid attention to the edge of the material of the fabric. I paid attention to the edge. I applied more glue, smoothing it, and then I had to cut the edge. I had to cut out the excess fabric. So after doing that, I applied my glue and I placed the other end of the fabric on the foam. So any kind of foam can be used for making a giant's bow or a small bow. Whatever size of bow you're making, a foam works. You can use a thick foam, the ones they use in making chairs. You can use the ones for that people sleep on, the normal mattress kind of foam. You can divide into two and then use it. Any kind of foam works. So here I had to trim the excess of my fabric, smoothing everything out, and remember that you're going to make two of this. So I made two of this. You need two like bunny ears. You need two for the bow. So I applied my glue, made sure that everything was set, everything was aligned, everything was okay. And then you're still going to get to the point where I had to join the ears together. Yeah, so you have to press it, make sure that everything is firm, because it's going to be wherever you're going to hang it or place it for a really long time. So you want it to be firmly, glued together. So you have to check it properly and, be 100% sure that it's okay. So you guys, don't forget to subscribe. If you're enjoying this video, subscribe to my channel so that you can see more of my DIY videos, my tutorial videos. So here I applied glue to the edge of my bunny ear and I glued it together. So I realized that when I joined the two ears, it wasn't really the way I wanted it. So I had to open it up and join them properly. I even had to use a needle and a thread to join them properly. Don't worry, you'll get to that part of the video. So here I had to make, I had to create the middle, that middle part that you're going to attach to your bow. So you can work with any dimension, which is why I'm not really giving you any dimension. You can work with 6 inches, you can work with 7 inches, you can work with 10 inches. It all depends on the size of bow you want to create, right? It depends on the size of bow. So this is where I joined the ears. I had to join the edges together. I even had to sew just so that it's firm. Like I had to use a needle and a thread to sew the fabric together at the middle. So after that, you cut a slim strip of fabric to tie the middle, like hold the middle firmly. So I realized this. I realized that what I did initially wasn't going to work when I got to this part, which was why I had to join the two ears together by stitching them, like using a needle and thread to stitch, so that when I get to this point, it holds properly. So if you're making a giant's bow, you can decide to add a floral wire or a binding wire to make the ears of your bow really firm, like if you really want it to stand. I wanted mine to slip. I wanted it to fall a little. I didn't want it all strong, and so this was the texture that I needed. But if you want yours to be firmer than this, then you would have to attach a binding wire. You can get a binding wire from any of your craft store. So here I had to attach the middle of my bow. I didn't glue, I had to tie because it's a giant bow, right? And before I tied, I had to attach the tail. So for my tail, I didn't use any foam. I didn't use a foam because I needed it to fall, like I wanted it to be free. So I attached it to the end before tying the middle of my bow. So I tied it firmly, like make sure that it's really firm. Yeah, and that's the tail. Really long. I made it really long because I was going to hang my bow high up. So I needed the tail to fall and relax, which was why I used this texture of fabric. Any fabric works. You can work with any kind of fabric. That's the amazing thing about craft. You can improvise, you can use any fabric. So guys, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I'll be reading the comments. If you have questions, please ask me questions. So this is where we attached the bow to the front of the house. It was really beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you. It would be nice reading your comments. Subscribe, share, like. See you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.